Crabs and jellyfish, step right up. Remember I was selling stuff to make a bit of space in the Fettling Vault? Well, I'm going to have to let the Rattonator kit go. You remember the Rattonator kit? We featured it in season 1 of the Drum Fettler. It's the one with all the strange stuff on it. Looks a bit ratty, which is why it's called the Rattonator, in the style of rat rods from the automotive side of things in life. So it's a snare drum, a rack tom, a floor tom and a bass drum. Let's take a look at them as individual elements. Here we have the snare drum. Now I've taken the head off so you can see inside, because in keeping with the Resonator theme there is a birch inner liner fitted to it. Now this is for sonic reasons, but it's also for cosmetic reasons, because if you see from the outside, as I'm sure you're aware, this has got some very naughty, nasty and robot-y like rivets going on all round. So if we take a look at the drum, if I do a little bit of rotating for you, you'll see it is decorated with all these hand-wrought rivets. The shell was originally a 2000 shell, aluminium. These panels here, where the snare butt and on the other side the snare throw, were where the original ones were, which would have been the flow beam. So, as I'm sure you're aware, it's left a hole underneath, which is now covered by these rather fetching plates. No internal damper, so that's been filled with a lovely little bolt there, little vent to let all the anger out and everything. And this is the standard generic throw off. Now it's fully assembled. You'll see the dirty theme continues underneath with the snare wires. There you have it, the Rattonator snare drum. Moving on now to the 13x9 tom on the Rattonator kit. As you can see, the riveting motif continues through this drum, and it benefits from the addition of some accoutrements, some decorations with a nice Made in Britain sign there, the faux vintage Premier badge size there, and some little tags which I think were appropriate, and also a carrying handle, would you believe? Yes, it's got steel hoops, the 440 lugs, square head rods. It has got the inside liner, as you can see, hopefully, fitted in there, and a 392/35 mounting block, should you wish to install a tom mount on the bass drum and hang it off that. If not, you could hang it off a cymbal stand with the appropriate adapter. The finish could be best described, I think, as post-apocalyptic, dirty, industrial, I think. It's a green base with fake drips of oil, or umshka as I like to call it, on it, and this carries on through the hoops and onto the lugs. It is quite dry, it's not sticky, even though it might look that way. That's the 13x9 tom. And now we come to the floor tom. Well, it's more or less the same as the rack tom, same finish, same grungy attitude. So this has got a rather lovely contoured piece of steel here, which I think is in keeping with the general feel and attitude of what's trying to be achieved here. The drum is of course an 18x16, so it's big and it's meaty and it's ever so sexy. Handle, badge, Made in Britain. A couple of little dials there just to add to the general ambience. Fitted with 392/35 mount blocks for the legs in black. They are 9.5mm legs. Legs will be provided. So there you are. Move on to the bass drum now. And last but by no means least, it's the bass drum, 24x16, which includes the hoops in the best tradition of Premier shell depth measuring. Well, it's the post-apocalyptic ratty Resonator. It's got a sort of selection, I would guess you would call it, of vintage T-handles. They're all slightly different. It's got the same strange Umschka look to it. There's a steel panel here, a little vent, there's a lifting handle again, like the other drums. It's got the original inner liner in it. Unfortunately, there's a bit of jiggery pokey went on with this one, so it's not very neat, tidy around the tom holder. The tom holder is the later rock lock style, so there's something there if you feel you need to put a tom onto it at some point. It's got a Made in England badge, it's got the size badge just like the others. Totally superfluous switch, which is a lot of fun. Another handle here so you can actually pick it up. Both sides, another metal plate there, the 298 spurs. It's got an original donut head on the batter side. This is a original polo head, so it's pre-cut by the factory. There was a tear there, but I've done a transparent repair on it, so it's not especially noticeable, and it's not noticeable if you don't look at it. So that's the bass drum. Isn't it lovely? Isn't it wonderful? In fact, the whole kit is rather fabulous. So if you think you need this in your life, get in touch with me via the website and I'll have a little chat and see if you can become the proud new owner of this very, very dirty, naughty, post-apocalyptic Mad Maxi drum kit.